Alrighty, so we're still in Exodus chapter 2. And Pharaoh's daughter took Moses and raised him up in the castle, and now he's a grown man. And one day after Moses had grown up, he went out where his own people were, and he watched them at their hard labor. He saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people. So somehow he knew that he really wasn't the queen's son. He really wasn't royalty. He was a Hebrew. He knew that. I guess apparently she must have probably told him. So he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people, glancing this way and that. And seeing no one, he went and killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Okay, so it's another thing I love about the Bible. I love it. It tells us all about the really, really righteous people that were incredible and did great, great things for God. It tells us about their bad things too. So, Moses. You think about Moses, led 1 million people out of Egypt, went to Pharaoh, was part of all the 10 plagues, took the children of Israel to the border of the Promised Land, went up to Mount Sinai, got the 10 Commandments, just major man of just awesomeness, of godliness, right? Was a murderer. He killed somebody, all right? So like in America, for some reason, we got this warped sense, like you could tell lies all day long, but if you kill somebody, then that's when you go to hell, is if you kill somebody. But every other sin in the world is not bad. But that's I don't know why I said that. But murder, a lot of people it is pretty bad to kill somebody, right? So Moses is a murderer. He killed someone. And yet the Lord still chose him, used him, anointed him. So there are people that would say that since I've done something bad, God can never use me. You guys have an aunt that's that way, like she's done some bad things, but she can't get past those, and she's just like, I've been bad, and she can't get past the fact that God forgives sin, and He'll still use us and still love us. So, anyways, God still used Moses. Dang it. Alright, so then the next day he went out and saw 2 Hebrews fighting. He asked the one who was in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Hebrew?" The man said, "Who made you the ruler over us? Are you thinking of killing me just like you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "What I did must have become known." And sure enough, it had become known. When Pharaoh heard of this, he tried to kill Moses. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and went to live in Midian, where he sat down next to a well. So he's not only is he a murderer, he's running from the law, right? So he's running from the police. He's a fugitive is what you call him, okay? So now he can't do anything because he's a murderer and a fugitive. Is that true? So he went to Midian. Now, everything interesting a lot of interesting things in the Bible start by a well, and they start with people working. Okay, so we know when Abraham's servant went to go get a wife for Isaac, it happened at a well, and there was a lady there, and she helped him water all his camels, and it was all about the well and the water and the lady working hard. And that's how they knew that was the lady for Isaac. And then later, Jacob, I think Jacob helped water all of Laban's flock. It was at a well where he met his sweetheart Rachel. And now Moses ends up in Midian. He's set down by a well. So, since he's by a well, somebody says to get married. Now, a priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came to draw water and fill the troughs of water to water their flocks. Some shepherds came along and drove them away. Now, apparently, this happened all the time. The ladies would go up there, and the shepherds would shoo them away and make them wait, and they would water their own flocks, and then the girls would have to wait. But Moses got up and came to the rescue. Alright, so he must have went over there and said, "Hey bud, you back off, these girls can go, I'm going to kick your butt." Something like that. He came to their rescue and wouldn't let those other shepherds run them off. When the girls returned, their father asked them, "Why have you returned so early today?" So apparently that happened every day. The shepherds would be mean to the girls and make them wait. When the girls returned, their father asked, "Why have you got here so early?" They answered, "An Egyptian rescued us from the shepherds. He even drew water for us and watered the flocks." So see there? There's a well, and somebody working hard, watering all the flocks. So somebody's fixing to get married. And the father asked the obvious question, okay, and where is he? So this guy totally helped you guys, and he's still out there? You didn't invite him over for some pizza or on a date? Or come on, this is a good guy. He asked his daughters, "Why did you leave him? Invite him to have something to eat." So Moses agreed to stay with the man, and he gave his daughter Zipporah to Moses in marriage. Zipporah gave birth to a son, and Moses named him Gershom, saying, "I have become an alien in a foreign land." So, there happened a marriage. So Moses gets hitched, and the Israelites keep on groaning because of their slavery. They cried out, and their cry for help. And because of their slavery, went up to God, and God heard their groanings and remembered his covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So God looked on the Israelites and was concerned about them. So they groaned, they prayed, and the Lord heard their prayer, and he's going to come and come to their rescue, and he's going to send somebody to help them. Do you know who it is? Tomorrow we'll find out.